The greatest moment at Forbes Field took place on October 13, 1960. The 1960 World Series matched the New York Yankees against the Pittsburgh Pirates and would go down as one of the greatest fall classics ever played. The Pirates were led by National League Most Valuable Player Dick Groat and future Hall of Famer Roberto Clemente, along with a productive starting rotation, and were playing their first fall classic since 1927, when they were swept by New York's famous Murderers Row. The Yankees had come into their own as one of baseball's great dynasties and were playing in their 11th World Series since 1947. They were led by the M&M boys, Mickey Mantle and American League Most Valuable Player Roger Maris, and like in 27, were heavily favored to win. The first two games were held in Pittsburgh, and the Pirates would win Game 1 on a brilliant pitching performance by Vern Law. But even though Pittsburgh won the game, the Yankees would score 2 runs in the ninth and bring the tying run to the plate, foreshadowing the offensive onslaught that was to come. In Game 2, Yankees starter Bob Turley gave a masterful performance to even up the series, and the Yankees' bats would break out as they routed the Pirates 16-3. When the series shifted to New York, the onslaught continued as the Yanks would win 10-0 on a complete game shutout by Whitey Ford, and it looked very likely that the Bronx Bombers would win 5 games. But in Game 4, the Pirates had other plans. Vern Law returned to the mound and continued where he left off in Game 1, shutting down the Yankee lineup for a second time to even up the series. Harvey Haddix went to the hill for the Pirates in Game 5, and for the second straight game, the Yankee bats were held in check as the Bucks went on to win 5-2, sending the series back to Pittsburgh and putting the Pirates within 1 win of their first World Championship since 1925. However, they would once again have to face Whitey Ford, who continued his mastery with another complete game shutout, and the Yankee hitters would break out of their slump to rout the Pirates 12-0 and force a 7th game. After all the excitement that occurred in the first 6 games, fans wondered what Game 7 would bring, but no one could have predicted its unbelievable finish. Starting were Bob Turley for New York and Vern Law for Pittsburgh. Deacon retired the Yankees' order in the top of the first, and in the bottom half, Turley retired the first 2 batters. It looked like it would be a scoreless first when Bob Skinner worked out a walk. Rocky Nelson came up next and hit a fly ball into deep right field. The ball kept carrying and would clear the fence for a home run to give the Bucks a 2-0 lead. In the bottom of the second, Smokey Burgess led off with a single and Bill Stafford came in to relieve. Stafford gave up a walk and a single to load the bases with nobody out, and Law came up with a chance to blow the game open. Stafford would get him to hit into a double play, and it looked like the inning was over, but Bill Verdon would single to right center to bring home 2 runs and make the score 4-0. For the next 3 innings, Law continued his mastery over the Yankee hitters, limiting them to just 1 run, and the crowd was starting to sense that the title was theirs, but the Yankees weren't about to fold. Series MVP Bobby Richardson led off the 6th with a single, and Tony Kubek drew a walk to bring up the tying run and send Law to the showers. Elroy Face came in after retiring Roger Maris on a pop-up. Mickey Mantle hit a single to center to make the score 4-2, bringing Yogi Berra up as the potential go-ahead run. Berra lifted a fly ball deep down the right field line that cleared the wall for a home run to give the Yankees a 5-4 lead. Face got out of the inning without further damage, but what was once a festive atmosphere had now become quiet as the Yankees now had the lead and were just 4 innings away from their 19th World Series win. Then in the top of the 8th, the Yankees appeared to have wrapped up the series when they tacked on 2 more runs to take a 7-4 lead. But even though the Pirates had appeared finished, they would not go quietly. Bobby Shantz was in his 5th inning of work for the Yankees when he gave up a leadoff single to pinch hitter Gino Cimoli. Verdon then hit a ground ball shortstop Tony Kubek that appeared to be a double play, but the ball would take a bad hop and strike Kubek in the neck, putting runners on first and second with nobody out. Kubek would have to leave the game, and Dick Groat came to the plate as the tying run. Groat hit a single to left to drive in Cimoli to make the score 7-5 and chase Shantz. Jim Coates came in to relieve, and his first hitter was Bob Skinner, who laid down a sacrifice bunt to move both runners into scoring position. After Rocky Nelson got retired on a fly ball, Roberto Clemente came to the plate. Coates got it 2 strikes, and it looked like the Yankees were out of the inning when Arriba hit a high chopper towards first baseman Bill Skowron that he beat out easily, as Burden crossed the plate to make the score 7-6 while Grote moved to third. Up next was Hal Smith with a chance to be a hero, with a crowd of 36,683 on their feet, hoping for another hit. Smith would launch a fly ball deep into left field that cleared the fence for a home run, giving the Pirates a 9-7 lead and sending the crowd into a frenzy, as the Pirates had risen from the ashes and were now only 3 outs away from the championship. But the final outs would not come easy. Bob Friend came in and gave up a leadoff single to Richardson. Pinch hitter Dale Long then singled to put runners on first and second and bring up Maris as the go-ahead run. Harvey Haddix came in and retired Maris on a foul pop-up, but Mantle would single home Richardson to make the score 9-8 and move the tying run to third. Gil McDougald came in to pinch run for Long, then Yogi Berra came to bat and hit a ground ball to Rocky Nelson at first. However, McDougald was running, and on the play, Mantle saw that he had no chance to beat a play at second. He ran back to first and was able to avoid Nelson's tag, and even though Nelson was able to make the out at first, McDougald had crossed the plate with the tying run. Haddix then retired Skowron on a forced play to get out of the inning, and in the bottom half, Ralph Terry, who had gone in to relieve in the 8th, went back to the hill for his first full inning of work. Leading off was Bill Mazeroski, who wasn't much of a hitter, but had come into his own as one of the best second basemen in all of baseball. Maz would go on to have a Hall of Fame career, and his spectacular defensive wizardry would win him 8 Gold Gloves and elect him to 10 All-Star teams, but his defining moment came in this at-bat. On a 1-0 pitch, he lifted a fly ball to deep left field. The crowd came to their feet, hoping for the ball to go, and Yogi Berra went back toward the wall, but could only watch as the ball sailed over the fence for a home run. The crowd went wild as Mazeroski circled the bases and was mobbed by his teammates as he crossed home plate with the winning run. It was a truly historic moment that Pirates fans would remember for a long time, not only for the team getting redemption from their sweep in '27 and winning their 3rd World Championship, but also for making Mazeroski the first player in Major League history to end a World Series with a home run. The Pirates returned to the postseason again in 1970, when they formed a dynasty which won 6 division titles, 2 National League pennants, and 2 World Championships. And Maz's historic shot would be the only home run to win a World Series until 1993, when Joe Carter of the Toronto Blue Jays hit a walk-off homer to give Toronto its 2nd World Series title in franchise history.